I need you to really think about this question. What if the job you think is giving you stability is actually the reason you're stuck? I'm not just saying that to be dramatic. I lived it. And I'm going to tell you what really happens when you walk away from your 9 to 5 to travel full-time. The good, the bad, the weird, and the stuff nobody posts about. Most people won't talk about this part, but I will. Because this didn't go how I thought it would. Here's the truth no one tells you when you quit your job to travel full-time. Before I quit, I was what you'd call comfortable. Good job, decent money, remote setup. On paper, life was fine. But inside, it was like I was aging in dog years. Same screens, same meetings, same, "What do you have going on this weekend?" small talk. Over and over. I wasn't growing, I wasn't building anything. I was just existing to stay safe. And the weirdest part is, I started to resent the comfort. Because deep down, I knew I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. And what I wanted? I wanted to travel, not vacation travel, not take a week off and fly to Mexico travel. I mean full on, your life fits in a backpack type travel. Wake up in a different country, set your own pace, live by your own rules. So I did what most people say they want to do. But don't. I left. Not some dramatic storm out moment. Just a quiet, clean break. I gave notice, sold some stuff, packed the essentials, booked a one-way ticket, and boarded a cruise ship with a few hundred other strangers heading from Spain to Brazil. A conference at sea, they called it. But for me, it was an escape pod. And this is where the story really starts. Day 1. Butterflies. You walk onto this floating hotel, and everything smells like new opportunity. People are smiling. The air feels different. No traffic, no Slack notifications. Just ocean views and open calendars. We got welcome packs, t-shirts, notebooks, even our names printed on badges. Everyone's asking each other, "What do you do? Where are you from? Where are you going after this?" And it felt good. Like finally, I'm in the room. Or, in this case, the ship. With people who get it. But that high, it only lasted a few days. Because here's what happens when you pull yourself out of structure, out of routine, out of everything you're used to. Your brain panics. It starts asking, "What are you doing? Where's the plan? Where's the next paycheck? Why did you throw away your career to float around on a boat with a bunch of digital hippies?" And that's when the real work starts. The talks each day were incredible. Mindset, money, freedom, identity, business models, emotional regulation, health. All the stuff that no one teaches you in school but actually matters. And between sessions, I'd have these conversations that stayed in my head for hours. People were doing wild stuff. One guy ran a 6-figure business flipping digital land in the metaverse. Another woman helped single moms build online income streams while living in Bali. There was a couple that lived on cruise ships full-time, literally no home address. Just one voyage to the next. And you realize, wow, everyone built their life on purpose. They didn't just follow the script. But here's what also happened. Some people, including me, started to crack a little. Not in a dramatic way, but in the way where you're alone in your room, lying on a bed that isn't yours, and wondering, did I just make the biggest mistake of my life? Because when you quit the thing that gave you identity, money, structure, you have to replace it with something real, not just freedom vibes. And that's when you either build or break. For me, I started building. It wasn't fancy. I didn't launch a YouTube channel. I didn't start an agency. I just wrote. Every morning I'd get coffee, find a quiet table in the library and write. Ideas, journals, emails, thoughts, plans, systems. I wrote like it was my job, because now it was. And slowly I noticed something. I was starting to feel clear again. No noise, no meetings, no pretending to care about OKRs and pipeline data, just space. And the connections? They got deeper. When you spend 16 days on the same ship with the same people, you don't stay strangers for long. By day 5, I knew who snored in the quiet rooms, who always grabbed the last banana at breakfast, and who would show up early to dance classes even if they had 2 left feet. And that community, the random, messy, hilarious, brilliant people, made the whole thing worth it. We weren't just networking. We were figuring life out together. Now let me be real with you. Not everything about quitting your job to travel is magical. You still have bad days, lonely nights, slow Wi-Fi, food that makes you miss home, visa issues, airport chaos, bank problems, rainy weeks. And yeah, sometimes you miss the paycheck. But here's the trade-off. You gain your time. You take your power back. You remember that life isn't supposed to be filtered through a calendar full of Zoom calls and status updates. You start choosing, and you stop waiting. That doesn't mean every moment is easy, but it does mean it's yours. When we landed in Brazil, something weird happened. No one wanted to say goodbye. A bunch of us stayed together. We hopped cities, we ate street food, we danced in the rain, we watched sunsets from rooftops. We shared Airbnbs and swapped playlists and built little routines in places we'd never been. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like myself. Not the work version, not the polished LinkedIn bio. The real me, the one who's curious, unpolished, messy, full of ideas, and finally, alive. And here's the part I almost didn't tell you. The cruise? That was just the start. Since then, I've built a system that actually funds my travel. It's not content creation. It's not freelancing. It's not crypto. It's something much simpler. It's a lifestyle built on clarity, leverage, and quiet income streams. But we'll talk about that in another video. Because this story wasn't about making money. It was about making a decision. A decision to stop settling. To stop saying maybe next year. To stop trading time for safety. And start living now. So if you're watching this and feeling the itch, the pull, the quiet voice that says, I need more than this, listen to it. Not everyone gets that voice. And if you do, you owe it to yourself to at least explore where it's trying to take you. You don't need to quit today. You don't need to book a cruise. But you do need to stop waiting for permission. No one's gonna hand you freedom. You have to take it. Start small, start scared. Just start. And if you're still here watching this, you're probably ready. Watch the next video. I'll show you exactly how I built the system that funds my travel.